In 2001, Microsoft released its first gaming console, the Xbox. What they didn't know, it wasn't just a gaming machine, it was a hacker's dream, and a group of kids discovered the secret. They didn't just break the system, they changed the entire gaming industry forever. This is the untold story of how a group of young hackers took on one of the biggest tech companies in the world and nearly won. A group of young hackers who saw the Xbox not as a gaming console, but as a challenge. While most of the world saw the Xbox as just another console, these kids saw something more. To them it was a puzzle, a system they could break into, experiment with, and rebuild on their terms. It started with one small exploit, a trick to make the Xbox run unsigned code. This was the moment everything changed. As word of their exploits spread across online forums, more and more people got involved. The Xbox wasn't just a gaming console anymore, it was becoming a hacker's playground. Once that first door was open, there was no stopping them. Suddenly the Xbox could do things Microsoft never intended. Play pirated games, run homebrew applications, and even install other operating systems like Linux. We weren't just hacking for piracy, we were hacking for the freedom to control our own devices, to push the Xbox beyond its limits. The Xbox Linux project, hackers had figured out how to make the Xbox run Linux, effectively transforming the gaming console into a fully functioning PC. This was a revolutionary moment that showed the true potential of the Xbox hardware. In 2002, a group of hackers launched the Xbox Linux project. Their goal, to turn the Xbox into a real computer, and they did it. For just $200, you could have a machine capable of running Linux software, all thanks to these hackers. The tension rises. By now, Microsoft has caught wind of the growing modding scene. They weren't just losing control of their system, they were losing money to piracy, and they decided to take action. Microsoft wasn't happy. This wasn't just a couple of kids playing around anymore. The modding scene was threatening their entire business model, and Microsoft wasn't going to let it slide. It became a game of cat and mouse. Microsoft would release a patch, the hackers would find a new exploit. It seemed like no matter what they did, the kids always found a way back in. The ethical and legal implications of what was happening. Microsoft, seeing this as an existential threat to their business, started cracking down on the modders. Lawsuits followed, and some of these kids found themselves facing real legal consequences. To Microsoft, these kids weren't heroes, they were criminals. They were breaking into their system, encouraging piracy, and costing the company millions. But to the hackers, it wasn't about the money, it was about freedom. The tension releases as you reflect on the long-term impact of the Xbox modding scene. Although Microsoft eventually clamped down on modding, the legacy of the kids who hacked the Xbox lives on. Their work influenced everything from modern-day hacking to how consoles are designed. These kids may not have brought Microsoft to its knees, but they did something far more important. They changed how we think about our devices. They showed the world that technology doesn't belong just to corporations, it belongs to the people who use it. The tension releases as you reflect on the long-term impact of the Xbox modding scene. Although Microsoft eventually clamped down on modding, the legacy of in the end, the Xbox wasn't just a console, it was a battleground. And the kids who hacked it didn't just change gaming, they changed technology forever. The Xbox may be old now, but its legacy that's still being written. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more deep dives into the untold history of gaming.